What's up, you bozos? It's Daniel Durston from the reality TV show Big Brother. And I know that you know I'm here with my co-host.
What up? It's your boy, the DJ Showtime, Terrance Higgins from Big Brother 24. You are listening to Reality Unhinged. Let's go.
We're back for season 3 of Reality Unhinged.
Season 3, Reality Unhinged. I'm excited. I think we're going to have an amazing season. I'm excited for this season. I'll be honest with you. I ain't even going to lie to you. I'm in my soft season this year. This is my soft season. I'm not.
What's that mean?
That means, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like I'm back in love with Big Brother. I'm back in love. Oh,
shit. I love that.
I'm back in love. I think I want to, I'm going to look at it with fresh eyes. I think that I've had a good amount of time to just process. And it's like, looking at other reality TV games and looking at all the shows, it's like, you know what? I was on a pretty dope ass show too. Pretty dope ass show. Once we take away all the onions and things like that, you know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
I mean, obviously, me being a huge fan of the show from back in the day, I mean, we all experienced it differently. So I went through quite a bit of like, not regret, but like it's tainted for me. You know what I mean? So Obviously we know too much now, but it was last season that I was like, okay, I think I could watch this. I think it's chill. Obviously doing the podcast helps getting through, but this time it is far enough away to go like, damn, we were on that shit. Like, I become like a fan of like that. We were on the season, or hanging out with like you or Kyle. I'm like, dang, they were on Big Brother.
Right.
And it's like, wait, I was too. Hold on. It's sick.
And it's still to this day to get that random one person that is still walk up to you like, yep, you. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. You guys, Terrance isn't going to say it, but I really think Jake Gyllenhaal really recognized Terrance in New York. Right? What Broadway show was that?
We went to go see Othello. Yes. So we got to see Jake Gyllenhaal and Jesus, come on now. What is his name?
Oh, Denzel?
Denzel Washington. I drew a straight blank. I was literally seeing every movie he played in. Like, come on,
exactly. Well, he looks the same, so I could just see his face like easily.
Right.
But no, Terrance showed me a video where like he got to meet him at like it's called stage dooring when you meet people like after a Broadway show, get some shit signed or whatever. And Terrance showed me this video, and I was like, hold on, man, is it me? Or when he heard your voice, he turned around and looked at you, like kind of squinted his eyes, like, how do I know him? And then he walked away. And I was like, out of the 100 people that you're around, the fact that he like looked at you like, hold on, how do I know that guy?
Look straight up at me and scared me for a second, like, oh shit.
He caught you off guard. Because at first you were like, yo, what up, man? And then and yeah, he just stared at it. But that's pretty sick. How was the play? You told me a little bit about it.
The play was super dope. Othello was an amazing play. Both you and I, we love theater. Just to see them unmiked for a performance in front of everybody was amazing. I don't think I've never saw a play unmiked in my life.
Yeah.
That was it blew my mind that they got to the true essence of theater, of projecting and pulling people in and people that theater was church mouse quiet. You could it was deafening quiet. You couldn't hear nothing but them on stage.
That's sick.
I loved it. It wasn't nobody like whispering, trying to do shit. Everybody was just chill. Like until intermission, we got loud.
Damn. Hey, how big was the theater? Like, how many people do you think were there?
It wasn't a big theater. I would honestly say we had maybe about 300 to 400.
That's pretty sick though.
With main and balcony.
That's pretty normal for Broadway too. Like, okay. For a lot of people who don't know, like Broadway isn't always like a huge theater. Like it's not usually, but in my experience of going to see shows, it's like 300 to maybe 800. Okay. Like 800 is like a lot. And you get a few shows that are like Wicked that is in the huge theater. I don't know how much it holds, 1,000 or more at the Gershwin. But yeah, a lot of theaters are super small. And they pack you in, but that's what makes it dope too. And I think that's what makes them sell out 8 shows a week or whatever they, may be selling. So
without question, it was going to sell out like water, like for real.
Yeah. well, especially with those two, I'm sure there's a ton of other amazing actors in it, but with their names, it's like, damn, like I don't even know that show, but like I would be and I've never really watched plays, but I'm like, damn, that would be sick. Yeah, so I can imagine normal people just like, yeah, let's go check it.
Yeah, I like it though. And I just really see that when you get to see it on Broadway, you get to see the original cast. And then when they take it to the off-Broadway, that's when it's, it's a good cast, but not your original who did it like when I did deep dive into Hamilton and saw like, oh, okay, this was the original cast. And then this, who they flipped it to when it came to Chicago.
Yeah.
So it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, it's sick. Well, there's so many different variations. So sometimes theaters or shows start at, it's called a tryout state. So usually, or like theater. So San Diego has one. Chicago has a couple, I think. I'm trying to think. I'm sure New York, like they're all spread out, but it's like high-end professional theaters that like trust the product, and then they try it out to see if the audience laughs and what they need to change before it goes to either straight to Broadway, which is a rare case, or it goes off Broadway first. And then those are like smaller theaters. And then if it plays well and sells out, then it moves to Broadway because it's like, oh shit, we're going to be here for a while or whatever. And then sometimes it goes backwards again after like a year. They could go back to off Broadway because they aren't selling as much or whatever, and then they tour it. So
tour it around.
Pretty sick. Yes. Or then you have bangers like Wicked or Hamilton that are on Broadway. They're on tour. They have like 2 tours. There's one in Chicago, like whatever it is. And obviously those are like a rare instance where the writers and actors are just killing it. And
when I say that smoke, I would honestly go see Hamilton again.
Oh, for sure.
It's one of those.
Did you see the Chicago one?
Mm-hmm.
Was it the tour, or is there like a house? Are they stationed there?
It was stationed here for a while, and then I saw it, and then I saw it right before it left. So I saw it twice.
Damn, I've only seen it other than Disney Plus over COVID when it came out. But
I watched it there too.
I had to watch it just because I've never seen it, and then I saw it at the Smith Center here in Vegas, which is like our big Broadway touring house. I would say a couple thousand people, or whatever, and blew my mind, dude. Like I wasn't that into it. You know what I mean? I always want to see a show first. And I was like, damn, this shit, it's so good. I'm really into like the costuming and like the choreography. And then I like to see different performers do it.
Right.
The way they portray it and their voice and whatever. So it is pretty sick, dude.
I dig it. It's definitely one of those that you like, okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah. And shout out to my friend Robert. He actually is a fan of Big Brother. You met him at my birthday that first year or whatever. But he hit me up and he knew I liked musical theater. So he's like, dude, I got tickets to Hamilton. You want to go? I don't think I ever met him at that point. I was like, yeah, dude, fuck it. Let's go. And then we just hung out. And I was like, this is sick. We're like 8th row. It was unreal, dude. And
damn.
And now we're buddies. So I was like, that's super dope. But yeah, that's sick, man.
Yes.
Oh, what else? So this episode for everyone listening is to kind of like catch up, right. fill everybody in with like what we've both been up to, what's coming up next. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about Big Brother, but the season hasn't started yet. So we're just going to kind of catch up and see what's been going on. And I actually need to hear about this. So this is the first time I'm asking Terrance. I want to know about your movie, bro. Can we talk about that? Or should I edit this out?
No, we could definitely talk about it. So I decided to finally get my feet wet and do a short. So my manager, she was just like, the first of the year, she was just like, yo, let's, I printed out, she already had my script. She said, I printed out the script. And yeah, we need to meet because we're finna do this. And I was
hell yeah.
Fuck. I was like, are you serious?
Hey, that always happens. Shit, this is really happening.
So we meet up and, we're in the coffee house and, I'm going over different characters that, I think would be dope for this, people who I've already kind of softly asked, like, hey, would you do this if I needed you, blah, 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 and then, it was, pictures and putting people together with how she felt the look was going to go. And then she was like, okay, now we're finna go check out a rehearsal space. I'm like, damn.
Oh, she's on top of it.
Oh my God! Went to the rehearsal space where we were going to do the table reads and everything like that. Locked in with them, paid my deposit, and
Hell
so
yeah. Damn, it's getting real.
yeah, hit the cast and put the cast together. It was growing pains with the cast. We got a few of them that was tried and true, who stayed through the beginning of it, but a couple of people dropped out, so we was dealing with that. But once we got everything together, it worked out pretty good. It definitely just showed me the growing pains that you have to go through to get a production fully off the ground, to do it 100%. I produced it.
Hell
So
yeah.
every dime and dollar came from me to put this out. So I'm excited about that. I got a great videographer who took it. His name is Joseph Himes the fourth. I think it's the fourth, but it is Joseph Himes. I can't remember what lineage he is right now.
Yeah.
But he filmed it for me. He's editing it for me right now. So I only have one more scene to shoot that I just haven't been able to shoot it, only because it's been a night scene. And but he's doing everything. Like, this is a chop in scene that he's just going to have to add in anyway. So it's really easy for him to put it into the edit. So I'm going to shoot that on the this upcoming Tuesday. I'll shoot that.
Oh, damn.
And so he'll have that done. And so, but we're fully in post-production right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How big is the cast?
So the cast is
like the main characters, I guess.
Yeah, main characters. We have 5 of us. 5 or 6 of us.
Oh, you're in it, right? Are you in it?
I'm in it. I'm in it. I had
Is this your acting debut? What's up?
Yeah. This is, if I feel like it, if I'm going to do my first project, I wanted to get my Tyler Perry on.
Hell
I wanted
yeah.
to be, the producer. I was part director, writer, and actor.
That's sick, dude. I love it. Damn.
And the crazy part about this, guess who I got to be one of the characters in this production?
Who?
Tracy.
No way. Oh, shit.
So Tracy's the character inside of this, inside of the production right now.
How's she do?
And, she did great. I was really excited for her. She's such a, she's linear.
Yeah.
So being creative, and, improvisation and things like that isn't.
Like breaking out of the shell type of thing, right?
Yeah, she's like, yo, that's not in the script.
Right. Shit. Or a professional. She's like, nah.
Right. Yeah. She's 100% professional. Like, nope, what's written is right here. This is what we're supposed to say. This is what
that's amazing.
What you're supposed to say. I'm waiting on you to say this, and you didn't say this.
Hey, you know what? There's different style actors, and I respect that, where it's like, nah, I'm going to do exactly what it says. And then some directors are like, no, that's just like a guideline, but say what you got to say and make it natural.
Yeah, and I did that with this production. My next one, I'm not going to do that. I wanted to just, give people the creative freedom to go forward, because first production, and I wanted to see what they would bring to the character, what would they bring to just the whole production. And I was enlightened by a lot of things that came out of it. So I kept a lot of things, and some things I threw away, but it was really dope. So it's going to be about almost close to 30 minutes. The 30 minutes short.
Now, are you going to do is there any type of premiere that you're doing, or are you submitting it for anything?
Yeah, we're going to do everything that can be done. We're going to do.
Hell yeah. That's the way to do it.
Yeah. So we're going to, it's going to, I hate to put it out. I ain't gonna say it like that. But yeah, we're gonna.
Well, hold on. Oh, he's getting back into it. I love it. But
we're gonna submit it to everything, and we're actually gonna roll it out. It's gonna be on YouTube, so everybody can check it out. And we're gonna push it, man. We're gonna try to get it on Tubi and everywhere else we can go.
Sick.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, we're very excited about the project.
If you guys do a big premiere, like let us know, or let me know first of all, then we'll talk about it on the podcast. But that'd be sick.
Definitely. But yeah, it's called First and Second.
Sick. And what's it about?
It's a love story, and it just basically kind of shows the trials and tribulations of a person who just wants his cake and eat it too. and what he has to deal with in the process of that, and what he loses,
Shit, we've all been there. Shit. We all relate to it some way or another, you know what I mean?
Some way or another,
whether relationships or jobs or anything. It's like, that's just how it goes.
Exactly. Man. And I think that, it's a great piece because it's going to tell the story from a guy's perspective and not so much as a woman's perspective. I think we always have the woman's perspective of how they view a man in these situations, but now we actually get to see a man in this situation. Yeah. So I think it's a dope piece, and it's a prequel to my bigger production that I got coming up. So I like that.
Yeah. That's amazing. And how many days have you shot, like video or film?
How many days did it take us to shoot it?
Yeah.
Crazy as it sounds, we did it. I really reference Tyler Perry in a lot of ways. We shot. It only took us 2 days to shoot it. And
shit.
With my short end that I have to put in, that's going to be the third shoot that we have to do, and that's a quick outdoor scene that's not going to take no more than about 20, 30 minutes maybe to shoot this. It's no words. It's just basically actions and just seeing movement. So yeah, we actually got everybody in. Everybody was really thorough with learning their lines. I think we only had one person who got just nervous, camera shy at one time. So it took us a little bit longer with shooting, but each shoot that we did, it lasted 6.5, 7 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So it was pretty dope.
Hey, that's pretty good, man. Shit. Like, that means everyone's on top of it. Like, crew, cast, like, I don't know, 8 hours is like a good day as far as like shooting TV or film.
Yeah.
And the fact that you did it in 2 days is insane.
It was crazy, bro. We all our locations, one spot that I DJ at, she let me use her whole venue.
Hell yeah.
It was, saying she opened it up for me, and it's the owner. I got her to do a small cameo in it. Not a big one, but she just did. I didn't show her face or nothing, but just kind of gave her a tribute. Show her love inside the production. So I was really excited about that. So I think it's going to be a nice little dope introduction piece to me acting and people seeing what I do as a writer. It's a very small piece, but it just let me get my feet wet to see what it's going to take to do the bigger production.
Dude, that's dope. Like, we text a little bit about it, but just like the behind the scenes work that goes into it. And you're saying like you're getting that taste where it's like, shit, like this is a lot, and people don't know it unless you actually do it. And that goes for anything, but the art is a whole nother level because there's so much plays into it. You know what I mean? Like, talent, casting, obviously producing. So it doesn't matter what amount of money, if it's $500 or $2,000, like it sucks. And like you're on a budget. So you're like, all right, how do I make this work? And you know what I mean? I don't know. It's endless. And when you're like spearheading it and you're the writer, you have like love in it, but then you have to be like this business person of like, but I got to cut that shit out. I got to cut this out. We can't do this because, and so it feels like your dream's being torn apart. But I do think now, having done it so much, is like it actually remolds it to like essentially where it should be at. And sometimes that's hard to take in at first when it's happening, but it all kind of pans out. And somehow I think that comes with like perseverance as an artist, as a writer, as a director, where it's like, all right, I will make this work. And now it's a different version than I thought. Or even if it's like the smallest little change, it's like, damn, but it's kind of good though. You know what I mean? And then it's like, all right, I fuck with that.
Right. And that's how it was with me. It was just like, my manager's like, hey, we didn't shoot this. Like, no, we don't. We missed it. We missed the window to do that.
Yeah. So how do we change one line to make it make sense or whatever?
Right, and like, no, I'm like, we're going to tweak it this way, and it's going to look that way because of this happened, and we'll get away with it. It'll be fine. Trust me.
That's just a whole nother level of creative directing right there, where it's like, all right, we'll make it work. And I just have so much respect for that. Once I started doing anything along those lines, it's like, oh shit, like as an actor, I'm one of the smallest pieces of the puzzle, and no one thinks about that because there's so much more happening. It's insane, but obviously it's a team effort. No matter how small or big your team is, it's wild.
I give just much love to my cast, man. I just can never, ever thank them enough for just the commitment that they put into it. And, even when I felt like, oh my God, we can't cast. We're losing this one person is holding up this whole production. Like we were literally ready to shoot, and we had a person drop out.
Damn.
It blew my mind. And when I say it killed me, bro. And then I tried to recast it with plenty of people, you know what I'm saying, was, hey, okay, I'll do it. I put just a blast out on Facebook. Like, hey, I need an actress real quick. It's a small role, put what it was. And, you know, it was to the point where it was just like, shit, everybody I was getting, I was like, this fucking role is cursed. To the point where that's how Tracy ended up being an actress in the production. Because
I love it.
She saw how distraught I was with the situation that was going on. And she said, I'll do it for you.
That's so dope. Shout out to Tracy, man. Yeah, I love her. That's so sick.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And she got a taste of it.
Yeah, she did. She did. She said it'll never happen again, so you better enjoy it. I said, it's just what it is. I appreciate that you acted in my first production ever.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So it's gonna be super dope.
Yeah, that's special because no matter what else happens next, like there'll never be a first ever again. So it's super dope.
Exactly.
And then once you guys finish it, are you gonna I'm sure you are, but is there any version of social media promoting it and
oh my goodness,
doing cuts and stuff like that?
Yes. We got a podcast going to roll out with the cast, and you're going to get a preview of the characters. We're going to talk about it, ahead of time, so it's going to be a pre-rollout. We're going to do a deep dive into the production, into what happened in that scenes and things like that. So we're going to go back over it, you know what I'm saying, and talk about different elements of what, make that movie what it was.
Dude, that's because so dope.
It goes deeper than the 20 minutes. And I think it's a bigger conversation inside of the production that needs to be had, that we want to show people. So we're going to roll it out that way. Of course, we're going to push out a trailer and, things like that to pull people in. And, I'm definitely going to be, it's going to be, me with the shirt that has "Watch My Movie" on it with the QR code.
Hell yeah! Oh, I love it, man.
It's gonna be a super rollout, man.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna talk about this last piece, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. I was talking to another creative, and I was saying, man, it feels so good to finally be doing what I was supposed to be doing. I said, it's been 23 years removed from me to be doing this. I'm not was never supposed to be a DJ. I was always supposed to, just be working on movies, films, television, whatever, something in that arena. And he said, well, you could look at it that way, that you wasted 23 years, or you could look at it as that 23 years, you have 23 years of people that want to watch whatever you do.
Damn.
You're not looking for people to watch what you've just made, and you don't have an audience for it. You have an audience already built in that wants to see everything that you do. I said, shit.
Damn. That's sick. No, I love that. I mean, even in it's a big scale, but small scale in the frame of this situation where it's even Big Brother, that was never part of your trajectory at all.
No,
you know what I mean? You just applied for it.
Yeah.
And then, so imagine something like that where any followers from Big Brother, even on this podcast listening, where it's those people alone want to see what we're up to. And that may have not been the end goal, and it's not. And it's but it only helped. There's no way.
It only helped.
So that everything else, obviously I see what he's saying, builds into that. It's nah, dude, DJing, anything you ever done, you form these relationships, and then you have these people, whether you know them or not, who are I do want to see that. All right, I want to see what's up.
Right. I'll check it out. I give them 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then on the other end, there's gonna be haters who want to see what we're doing just because.
Oh man,
I mean, we're already used to that.
Yes,
we've seen it.
I want them to see it first. I want them to see it first. I want y'all to see it first, please. I want you.
We're throwing them a premiere just for them.
Please, I want you, please, to come immediately. I want to send you it exclusive so you can talk shit ahead of time.
Dude, the thing is, it doesn't matter. At some point, there's gonna be people going, dang, you know what? I wasn't a big fan of them on the show, but they're killing it. They're doing their shit. There is a level, and I've had people reach out hey, man, but you and I get it because we know the edit. But when people try like, hey man, I wasn't a fan of you on the show, but you're killing it as this. You're doing like, this is so sick. And they like follow me. And I'm like, this is what, like, that's, and I always write back, hey, totally get it. You saw an edited version of what the producers wanted to see. Yeah. And, but I appreciate you like being real and like following along because we're not stopping. Like, let's go.
No, definitely not going to stop. And then, you know, once I look back at it all, to be honest with you now at this point of it, you know, the producers have a job to do. They have to produce a show that people want to see. And, you know, drama is going to be the leading thing to pull anybody into anything that we get. So any drama that we could pull in, if we sat in that game that season and was all kumbaya, it would be the most terrible thing that we could have done to ourselves. And we wouldn't have had people watching us. We wouldn't have, you know, it just would have been a catastrophic situation. But they had a lot of things to feed off of. And I like that they, you know, hey, let's make this person this, let's make this person that, let's do this with this person. So it gave them a lot of creative space to do a lot of different things with us, to make these narratives that people want to run with. And to me, I look at it like, you know how you look at shows and TVs and movies and you like, you know, a character is so believable, but he's acting or she's acting that you hate him. Like you really hate this person. Like you still think about them as a character. You like, you
yes.
So if that's how is that the vindication? We did our job.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love that. Yeah.
We did our job. Production did their job to make us look that way. And for you to walk away and not look at it as, okay, this was a person playing a game, you know, in a situation, in a reality show that's, it's loosely reality, but it's loosely, you know, put together as well. So it's a combination of both. So, but if you feel that way about it, then I did a hell of a job, and I want you to keep that in your heart.
Yeah, well, I always talk about with my roommate where it's like, if you were polarizing, that's still a good thing. Like polarizing in any way, but you were memorable. That something may have happened where, for me, it's like me and Taylor moment in the bathroom where it's like, oh, if you remember me by that, I'm fucking cool with that. Like the fact that I even got on the show was insane to me. The fact that you know who I am when I'm at the grocery store is even better. And I don't care if you don't like me, but usually when I meet them, they're like, dang, you seem way nicer. I'm like, yeah. Like, but on that level, I'm with you where it's like the producers / loosely writers, they have a job and it's an art form in itself. And I have so much respect for that. Yeah. We may have got like the shit end of that. And so obviously emotionally we leave it going, why the fuck me? I thought I was like the good person doing the things I did. And then you told it a different way. But at the same time, I'm a fan of the show. I always loved villains or like the negative, whatever. I always wanted like the underdog. And like, to me, we were those people, whether people see it that way or not. But like, it's like, I never intended to be this quote unquote villain. We all were chill with each other in the house. Yeah. But then I come out going, dang, without me knowing or caring or trying, I became the person that I loved watching growing up, because we all love watching the drama. Like, it doesn't matter what show you watch, name it. And you're like, oh, what about this asshole? And it's like, dang, like, it was pretty wild when he did this or that. And it's like, okay, that's the shit. And I don't know. So I have a lot of like, I do have love and respect for producers of any reality show, let alone other TV shows, because they have so much work to do, especially Big Brother, where it's like every day is live and they have to like fit in so much into an episode. And they would wake us up early, be like, we need one line from you before we air live tonight. And it's like, oh shit. Like, it kind of reminded you of like, this is all live, real time. Everything needs to be done now. And so I have my favorites who were like in the DR, like producer wise. Right. And really there's like one, I mean, they all killed it, but I didn't get along with some of them, even without seeing their face. I was like, fuck you. And I was like, and then when I met them at the after party, I was like, oh, you're a bitch, dude. You know, I didn't say that, but I was like cordial. But then I met my favorite and I was like, dude, I had a talk with him and like, we're just shy. I felt bad. I like cried to him. I don't know if I told you that, like, dang, full on emotional breakdown. And he was like, no, I get it, man. He was like, do what you got to do. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, because I thanked him for like being the one producer who was real. He asked about strategy. He asked about game. And anytime I could tell when we're watching the TV show, which one is which producer telling me what to say or allegedly.
So stupid.
And so whenever it was his dude, it was so on point and like, it was exactly how I felt in the moment.
I can't think of his name, but he was with me. I had two that I liked, but the one that when I was at Dyer Fest, that was my guy. That was my guy.
This is his fake name, so I don't mind saying it, but Nolan was my favorite.
Nolan.
He was on his shit, dude.
Nolan was the GOAT, and I like Gavin. Gavin was dope.
I didn't fuck with Gavin at all, dude.
No, I like Gavin. Gavin was my guy. He got my
Wait, was he the zesty one or no?
I guess so. Think so.
Did you meet him and he had glasses?
I think I met him. He was short, right?
Yeah, I don't like that guy at all. But he didn't like me. And the energy in the room was like negative. So I was like, I don't want to talk to this guy. But anyway, sorry, go ahead. A lot of people liked him though.
Yeah, him and Nolan. Nolan was the GOAT. He was the GOAT to me, because he understood my strategy, especially when I was in Dyer Fest, when I was trying to figure out what to do, because my next move was the only move I had, to do anything. So it was like, he was like, giving me different strategies, and then me myself in my head, like, see what you're doing, but I want to go in this direction. So it was just like sitting there and you playing chess, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's playing at that particular point, from Kyle and everybody else that was outside with me. And
dude, that week of episodes was insane. Sorry to cut you off, but it was intense. But go ahead.
Hey, it was, bro. It was even intense for me. It was intense for me because I knew something was pretty off with just a lot. So, but it was like, okay, I know I got to make a strategic move, and what would be my best move that'll give me just a little more longevity into the game, because the game got real to me at that point. Once I won, it was like, okay, now I really want to play.
He showed up after I left. Shit.
I was there the whole time.
Nah, you were killing.
I was there. I just, I should have, it's always going to be the woulda, shoulda, coulda. And it's so funny that we still think about that at this particular time. And it's so funny. I just watched a Instagram with Bailey. You remember Bailey?
Oh yeah.
He was with the other guy.
I think Chris or Swaggy.
Swaggy C.
Yeah.
She marries to Swaggy C. She put a post up on her Instagram today where she was like, yo, it's so crazy. She's like, I think she's at 7 years removed from being on Big Brother. But fun fact, some things still trigger me about this show. Like, it still really bothers me. And one would think that it doesn't, because my life is going on. I married the guy of my dreams. I have 2 beautiful children, or, I lived this life, But it's so crazy that at the weirdest moments in your mind, and I don't know if this happens to you, you go back to that place and you like, damn it, I should have just did this. This is what the hell I should have did. Because you feel it replaying back, and you like, then you catch yourself like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you even going down this rabbit hole right now?
Dude, I'm not kidding. It's usually when I'm driving or going to bed, because you're just on your own, like thinking, and somehow it pops up for no reason sometimes.
No reason at all.
I don't need a trigger. It just happens.
It just happens.
And sometimes I get emotional about it, but then I'm like, I'll speak out loud to myself, like, what are you doing? Like,
right.
I'll have like another side of me, like, shut the fuck up. You lived out your dream, like one of my life dreams. And then I put myself back in check, but we're human, and we're like, and here's the thing. It's not what people think I would want to change in the game. And it has nothing to do with like the Taylor thing and all that, but I wouldn't. I stood up for myself. I stood up for Nicole, what I believe in. It's not using the veto. Like, there's little things where it's like, oh yeah, of course, those are obvious moments where I could have stepped out of the emotion and just really played the game.
Right.
But it's dumb little things that come up that I can't pinpoint now, where I'm like, if I would have just did this, everything would have changed throughout the whole story or whole game. And so that's what kills me. Like the obvious things to me don't matter because it's like, well, yeah, no shit. Like anyone would do that. But and if you're in the house, it's a different story and you're far more emotional and whatever. But like, it's dumb little things where I'm like, what if I did? And then it's like, stop. It's been 3 years, dude. Like, you can't change shit. You can't just be proud of it.
Thing. And exactly. And I look at it, I'm like, yo, I went on a show that I wasn't even supposed to be on, tell the truth.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm happy and thankful that I had the opportunity to go on it and to experience it, and to be a part of it, but when you look back, you're like, okay. And then, always people ask you, would you go back if they called you back? Would you go back? And I was like, hell yeah, I'll go back because I have a different mindset. I have a different, way that I will play the game and how I would execute different things now. You know what I'm saying? And you and I know we've both been asked to go to many different productions, but because of our schedules and things like that, well, at least for me, I just couldn't take advantage of a couple of things that was put on the table for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, the opportunity is out there to do it again on whatever level that it is been presented. These producers' numbers ain't changed.
True, and neither have ours. So
neither have ours. If y'all listening, mine.
But here, obviously, whether it's like if you want to call it like love-hate relationship with Big Brother or whatever. Obviously, like I'm a huge fan of the show and what it's done for me in my career and like all that stuff. And like, yes, I'm not done. Like, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to lie. I would 100% go back, but I also want to do a different show. Like I wouldn't want to do like, specifically Big Brother. And then I also, granted, I would do it as like a veterans thing or villain season or whatever.
Oh man.
But it'd be dope to do like Deal or No Deal Island, maybe Survivor down the way, but like, stuff that's still competitively strategic.
I can't swim, so Survivor just would not be. And I don't know how eating coconuts. I would love the weight loss. So I'm still on my journey.
Hell yeah, dude! I think I could do I fasted for 2 days not too long ago for like a photo shoot thing, and which I'm gonna talk about that in a minute because I want people to check it out. But
okay,
I did like 36 hours of zero eating to look good for this Elvis photo shoot in the white jumpsuit and stuff. And once I did that, I was like, oh, I could eat like 1 cup of rice a day and like coconuts. Like,
period.
I just did like no food at all. Like, this is wild. So I don't know. We'll see.
go catch you some fish in the ocean.
I would love that, dude. But yeah, the fasting that I did it for was, I just posted yesterday and today, I have my own fucking Elvis billboard on the Westgate Hotel.
I saw that.
Which is insane. Like
it looked amazing, bro.
The photo doesn't even do it justice. Like it's so big. And
wow.
It's alongside Playboy Playmate, former Playboy Playmate, Sandra Taylor. So she was on the cover back in 1995, like, and she's still hot as hell. And like, it's just like, and she's such a like, all that aside, like she was such a pro, super legit. We did like, I think a 8-hour or 10-hour day of photo shoot and like video, whatever. And that was like the first rollout. So there should be more soon. But if you guys are in Vegas, go to the Westgate Hotel right when you drive by valet parking. There's this huge billboard on the hotel. And then when you're like, when you're driving like Paradise, like the strip, Las Vegas Boulevard or whatever, the marquee on the outside has a photo of us up as well. And it's insane. And then when you walk through the casino, those videos play or the photo like pops up on the video screens. And it's the first of a few. So super proud of it. It just came out and we shot that like a couple months ago. So you kind of forget and then it comes out of nowhere. You're like,
and it pops out. You're like, yo, check that out.
Yeah. So I went and ate dinner with my mom at the Westgate for her birthday this past week. And
steak.
Dude, the steakhouse. You guys, shout out to Edge Steakhouse and the Westgate for hooking us up. I have a great relationship with them and they hook me up every time. And my mom we grew up poor, so we couldn't afford stuff like that we went to. And so it's all because of building relationships and like being loyal and professional and being fucking kind to people. And I'm now really good friends with Westgate. So we work together. And so they hooked my mom up with a super nice steak dinner, the best steak I've ever tasted in my life. And the best Manhattan. Shout out to Mike, the bartender. But yeah, so that's up. That's new for me. It's okay. Other than Big Brother being like a life dream, it truly is like probably my biggest accomplishment to see my face on a hotel that Elvis like lived and performed in. I was like, this is insane. And this goes back to what you're saying.
That's definitely like a, the Elvises, you see me now? Nah, just saying. He didn't say it. I said it for my boy. That's my brother. This is my brother.
And you know what? I'll be honest, like, and I'm not editing this, so I got to just be real. But to keep it professional, I left that show. I can't remember if we talked about this or if we're even podcasting. I think I left the show after we did our last season. But I left. I don't perform at the Westgate. I'm just like their Elvis ambassador, like brand ambassador. And so I'm in promos and I work for them. But I left the show because you may know this, but for listeners, in productions or live theater or any show you see perform live, there's the venue, and then there's a producer, and then there's the actor or performer. Sometimes it's the same person, so you never know. But for me, I was just a performer who was hired by a producer who worked under Westgate. And to keep it short and professional was I didn't feel treated well after my 3-month contract. When I renegotiated the contract in a very normal situation where like, hey, I don't feel right about this. Can you change this? They were like, no. And they actually came back with a worse contract where I had to like pay more money if I called out sick, which is not normal in any situation. And so I think they were trying to get me out, the producers. Right. But I kept in contact with Westgate. We're still really good. So anytime I post about Westgate, it's because I work for the hotel. I don't work for the show. So a lot of times people are like, oh, you're back. And I'm like, no, like, I forget. No. People who aren't in the entertainment industry don't know the producer middleman is in this situation. I won't work for because I've been around. I've done a lot of professional things, luckily, in my life, and I was being treated negatively. So I was like, I'm going to leave before this gets real bad.
Exactly.
And then I kept working for the hotel, and I'm very proud of. And so it's been 9 months since I left the show. And it's like, I did so much to promote that show. I got it to number 2 on TripAdvisor. We got second place, Best Las Vegas, and I was still treated like a nobody. And I was like, hey, man, I know like I'm not like the shit, but like I did help you get to where you are and like help each other out. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on.
hey, listen. Everything is a learning experience, and that's generally how I kind of take it too. It's like, the things that I've done, the people that I've worked with, and to see certain bars or places that I've DJ'd at, and it's been like, yeah, I'm gonna get on from around here, and you can't call me back. I'm gonna make sure that every place else that I go is gonna thrive and be doing amazing.
Yep.
And you're gonna be not doing good at all. I promise.
Well, because people who appreciate and respect us, we're giving it right back. Like, I don't care if it's a low paying gig. It's like, hey, if you love me and we respect each other, I know that'll come in the long run. We'll work it out and we'll help each other out. But like, let's have each other's back. Let's figure this out. And so once someone disrespects you, it's like, hey, I'm good. And you know what? I'm going to tell entertainers that who you are, what you represent, because I only know professionals and I'm not going to throw them into the fire like that. And so,
and that's usually what happens. It's like, you'll call somebody else who's, this industry that karaoke is very small. So they'd be like, hey, Showtime, wasn't you there? Like, yeah, I was there. This is what happened.
Oh, yeah.
You're more than free to go and work there, but this is what happened to me. It may not happen to you, but I think you should go in with your eyes wide open as to why I'm not there anymore.
I'm exactly the same. I'm like, hey, in my experience, this is what happened, but you know what? It may be different for you. And like, congratulations. Like, I'm like, I'm good. I don't ever want in these situations, like to ever go back to those people who disrespect you or whatever. Okay. And so, I'm always like, congrats, but just a heads up. You may experience this, at least I did. And hopefully you have a better experience because hopefully we all learn from our mistakes.
Yeah,
as we all have. Yeah. So
I mean, yeah, everything's a learning experience. Everything is, you know, is a process with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no one's going to be perfect with shit, you know what I'm saying, half the time, you know what I'm saying? But when I know that you just fucking me over, then fuck that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the key right there.
Because you have an opportunity to correct your behavior at some point. When you choose not to, then okay, you think it's a game.
Exactly. Thank you. And that's why we got along from like day one, after I put you on the blog, then we became friends. Oh man.
I was like, God damn it. I said, geez, at least I do not go home first. That's all I didn't want to do was go home first. I didn't care about going home. I just did not want to go home first.
Yeah,
I didn't want to be the first one. And then, God damn it, what would happen? I would just stay.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. That part is weird to me, but obviously because we didn't know each other, but now knowing you, it's like, damn, like it wouldn't even be a second thought at all of like even picturing you up on the block. Michael, I would have left for sure. Like Michael and Taylor should have been up and done. But I think, that was the Paloma Michael. Week. But look at us going back in the rabbit hole. We're like, hold on. But no, so while you're working on the movie, you're still DJing. How often are you still DJing out in Chicago?
I DJ right now 3 days a week. Looking at maybe a fourth day coming up soon. Just on looking at something. Because looking at what's going to happen, even though I'm at next production, I am going to do crowdfunding because I'm going to definitely need it at this particular point in production. We're going to need crowdfunding because it's going to cost a little bit to make this next movie. And I want it to, because I want more, you know what I'm saying? It's not a crazy thing to want more. And in order for it to look exactly like I want it to look, because this next one is my baby. So that's why I did this first one as a trial to just see what it would take to really make it happen, to really get it out there. So now it's like, okay, I know what I need going forward. I know how, I want this to look, and I know who I'm going to put in place for this, and, who I'm going to outsource and how much this is going to cost. So, all right, we got to really lock in. So yeah, 3 nights a week right now. I do a huge comedy show once a month that I put a lot of dope, comics in Chicago out. So it's fun to do all of those different things and get my hands in a lot of different pots with different people, especially with the comedy show, because those are two different worlds, from me DJing and the comedy world, and, and putting all them together. So it's really dope. I got some really dope bars that really do a lot of great creative things and let me, use my creativeness to bring, different events. So I love it.
That's sick. I can't believe it. Like, you're so busy. That's wild. But I'm glad, and I'm proud of you for like just keeping with it. And when you text me a couple months ago, when you're like, dude, like I'm doing this movie, and I was like, oh shit, because I believe it, but I was also like, damn, like I'm so glad that you're like, nah, I'm cutting the shit. Like, let's go, and we're gonna do this, and make it happen.
I'm gonna send you a quick edit too that you can look at.
Yeah,
it's just a quick edit. Well, it's just an edited piece that he gave me. And fun fact about my videographer, he's doing a lot of that. He's basically doing a blind edit. He edits it, then he'll send it to me, and then I'll either agree or disagree, or say, hey, can we add this or do this, do that? But he basically puts it together from just the conversations that we had while shooting.
Yeah. Oh, that's really amazing.
He's doing a hell of a job.
Is the editor same as your videographer, or is it a different person?
Mm-hmm. Same.
That's dope.
Same.
So he knows that's what's good. Yeah. He knows what was going on.
He was there at the shoot, so he knows exactly what I'm looking for. And I'll have a conversation like, hey, this is why this is going on. Even though he had the script, but it's like I like to add those extra notes, like, as this is the depth I want. This is, what I'm trying to get out of this scene right now, because this is happening and I want to show this. So he sits there and he like digests all that and gives me what I want.
That's sick. So I'm stoked, man. Hell yeah. From the car room.
I don't want to be like on his ass, like, yo, so can I get some more clips?
No, he knows that he's like, shit, he's probably doing other shit. But yeah, I get that feeling.
I know
where
you
it's
got
like,
other shit on the plate.
I know
too,
you're busy, but can you hook me up? What's up? Yeah, exactly. But for real though, I'm proud of you, dude. I'm stoked. And like going from the car room when we started talking about you writing and wanting to direct, and like, I don't know, it just makes me happy that it's like, it don't matter that it was 3 years. It makes me glad that you followed through with it.
It took a while to get to this to this point, because it's still like, once you leave the show, you know what I'm saying, you have to deal with everything in real time, and a lot of things does not happen as quickly as you want them to happen. I had to deal with a lot of different things on a different level, and had to handle things in a lot of different ways to protect a lot of different people.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit difficult process to, get back to normal and to get in a creative space. So, but now here we are.
Yeah. It don't matter now. Like here's where we are. So make it happen.
Man, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go super crazy.
Oh my God. Real quick, we're almost at an hour. That's sick. This is just me and Terrance FaceTiming. This is pretty natural.
Right. This is what we would this is what we would do. You guys are just a part of it now.
And I love it because now our listeners like just diehards, like they got our back, or like they're just fans of Big Brother and they want to know what's up.
Right.
So whoever's tuning in, thanks for tuning in on this catch-up episode, because obviously the season's not out yet. So the goal is to do one a week. I'll be busy quite a bit. It's like last year where I'll be doing another show. I can't say it yet, but it's gonna be a world premiere musical, which I'm stoked to be a part of. And so, oh, come on, man. What do I got here?
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Turn up the heat.
I haven't used it. Sorry.
Come on.
I had to use it for a second. No, I'm super proud. I have like 3 musicals coming up, so I'll be super busy. Okay. But with that said, I want to follow along with Big Brother like we did last time, and I'll try my best to be on top of that schedule. And
listen, and long as we catch up, you know what I'm saying. I think people loved it last year when we did it, and we wasn't, as because we both had stuff going on. So
it's wild.
We gonna lock in. I'm excited. Like I said, I am excited about the new season. Is there anything that you're looking forward to this season? Like if you had a wish list of something that could happen this year.
Oh man.
A power, a situation, or
this
something that you don't want to see. It could be something that you want to see.
Well, here's something I don't want to see that I heard rumors is going to be happening. Is that whatever the AI, is it Jinky or whatever, the little robot?
Oh, the one. Oh, he came back to life though, right at the end of last season, right? Didn't he?
Oh, right. Wait, I'm mixing him up now. So obviously I'm thinking of the right little robot, but what was his deal? Like, what did he do? Because I'm thinking of the AI Ainsley or whatever.
Right, Ainsley. Right, Ainsley. Yeah,
that shit pissed me off.
Yeah, okay.
What was Janky about? Like, what was his thing?
I thought he was like the evil side or something. Wasn't he the evil, and they had to kill him or something? I think so. We apologize. We forgot how that shit went last
This is how much I erase it. But I just remember not caring. I guess when it came to Jinky or Janky, whatever the hell his name is, I remember just not caring. And then when Ainsley was about, I was like, nah, this is just like blatant production messing with the show. And that was like terrible. So I hope there's no AI situation. I do.
AI is the wave of the century right now. So speaking of that, I was going to add this. I believe and I think that a whole character, a whole contestant.
Oh shit!
Will fully be AI.
Here's the thing.
Just won't be a physical person, but somebody that manipulates the whole game as an AI.
That's what sucks. So like, that sounds cool as hell, but
it could be an ally. It could be an ally to you, or it could not be an ally to you.
But the key word was manipulate that you said, and I'm like, hold on. If it's like, obviously, I get it. It'll be production's way of like having a character in the actual game. if I was in the house, I'd immediately vote out AI over Taylor. And that says a lot. Like,
Taylor's karma didn't go nowhere.
But they had that opportunity to vote out the AI at the beginning.
Oh, shit, right. I think that was rigged, dude. I think that was fake. I don't know how they did it, but there's no way.
You know, it had its advantages, it had its disadvantages. You know what I'm saying? It's something that could possibly give you some help in the game, or something that would give you a shield in the game. You know, a lot of people think about it differently. So it's like, you know, no differently than I know you're probably not watching it. You're not watching Squid Games. I'm sure you have not seen it.
I've seen the reality show, but not
the reality show. Yes, the reality show is amazing.
That shit was unreal,
man,
and gave me trigger like trauma. But
yeah, it because it was like Big Brother on straight steroids, like dead ass steroids. And in real life, motion, like this is how it was gonna be. So I fuck with it heavy, and shout out to the production for that. You still got your number too.
Shout out to Netflix, yo! You guys email me. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going, okay?
I'm still here, Netflix. I'm still here. I'm back. My production's over. I know I was like, yo, I really got to get this movie off the ground. I really got to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's really important to me. So
yes.
And that's the crazy part, to know that you have an opportunity that could probably change your life again, and, you know, or a dope experience that you're going to have with it, because, you know, some productions we saw are abroad. So it's just like, shit, that could be fucking super dope. But it's like, yo, I personally got to finish this film.
Yes.
And I can't move right now.
I'm with you on that. I had to turn down a couple of things because it's like, no, this is what's good for my life in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
And reality TV is always going to be there. And, and I hope. And
it's only getting bigger and better, and people are adding more different games and different things to it. Everybody wants to be a part of it now. So it's getting huge, you know, especially with different people coming up with these different production houses and wanting this, you know, things on their shows and things like that. So the door is always open.
Yeah, dude, I think Netflix.
I'm still in shape, you know.
Yo, let's go. I think Netflix and Peacock have the best reality shows. Like, especially Netflix, their strategy games are unreal.
Man, bro, their games are off the chain. Not just saying it because of who they are, but yo, you know, they've had some super dope games, from The Trust to Squid Games is off the chain. They've had
Circle.
The Circle is off the chain too.
And then they have one coming out called The Golden Ticket. If no one knows about that, it's based off like Willy Wonka. But the way it's basically said is essentially it's Big Brother, but in a chocolate factory. Like you all live together, and the goal is whatever. So I'm stoked to see. I don't know when that comes out. I'm sure they're filming probably now or next month. So we'll see what happens. But that'll be sick. I think it's going to be pretty dope. But yeah, so what is it? July 10th. So, oh my God, that's next Thursday.
Coming up. It's coming up.
Damn, a week from.
We're going to get to see Julie.
Dude, Julie will probably look better than ever. So July 10th. I
haven't seen Julie either on socials. Yeah,
I feel like the promos they put up is from like last year or something. I don't know.
I haven't seen her post, but you know, I don't. My algorithm is changed a hell of a lot now since the phone listens to you and does what the fuck it wants to do at this particular point.
My algorithm is just like a bunch of hot brunettes.
Fortunately, my algorithm is now the verdict is in. Like I don't know.
Oh no!
Yeah, it is.
Shit. But yeah, so Thursday, July 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm sure that's for everybody. But then I'm reading off the internet because I don't know anything about the season yet. But it says following the premiere, the show will air on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and the Wednesday episodes are going to be 90 minutes long, which is wild. And then a new companion show, Big Brother Unlocked, will air bi-weekly on Fridays Shit, they're going in. Why is the show getting bigger than what we did? Shit. That's 4 episodes. I mean, but Big Brother Unlocked's more about like alumni analysis, which we saw last season. Taylor doesn't know the game of Big Brother. She just happened to win because she was helped, allegedly. And when she's doing like analysis, I'm like, you don't know shit about this strategy. Like, Kyle carried you. No, allegedly. Sorry, Kyle. Kyle created an alliance to help you win. Anyway, so it's like, hopefully they have great alumni who like actually know what they're talking about, like Dr. Will or Evil Dick or I don't know, even Janelle. Shout out to Janelle, even though we had a little Twitter banter. I feel like she knows. But yeah, so exclusive footage and interviews. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm stoked. I'm stoked to see it. I think
that'd be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's sick. Like more.
They can call us. We'll give them a quick analyzation. You know what I'm saying? We're available. I'll let us.
That would be amazing. What's going on. I mean, I'm definitely gonna reread the contract a few times and get that paycheck up front. But no, so I'm stoked though. It weirdly feels like a long time since Big Brother was on. I don't know why.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, why, I miss it. Like, I want to see it.
Yes.
I'm excited, to lock in with it now. So I'm like, let's go.
What I'm worried about is like live feeds. Mm-hmm. I always tell myself not to do it, but I'll get caught up in a moment. Like, I got to see what happened, and then so I'll put on live feeds, and that shit's triggering. So I have to like be careful,
right?
Because when I left the show, while you're still on it, I was watching live feeds straight up. So it wasn't me just like catching up on live feeds after the show ended. It was like, no, I'm watching my friends on TV.
Right.
And now I'm putting other, details together and figuring shit out on my own, alone in my bed. So like that trigger comes back where I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to get out of this. And so that's when I watch like Shay at LNC, where I'm like, he helps ground me of like, he really makes light of everything and points out the obvious. I'm like, thank you. Okay, I'm not alone in this. And like, that's what he did for me while you're still in the house. I was like, yo, like, I needed someone like that. And to be there for me, even though he didn't know it, but so I'll be watching his shit too, just to stay grounded. And then,
well, he claimed he's not going to cover it again this year.
Oh, really?
That's what he said.
I tap into his YouTube live. I would say like once every 2 weeks, I'm on YouTube. I'm like, hold on. I'm going to eat some dinner and watch his live.
Right.
And so I haven't heard him talk about Big Brother at all. So I was like, I wonder if he's going to.
Yeah, somebody jumped on yesterday. I listened to it today. Somebody, I guess, jumped on and asked him, was he going to cover Big Brother this year? And he said, no, he got too many other things going on. But he said that shit
I get
before.
that.
I heard that shit before. Fuck out of here.
Well, what's funny is that's what it was last year.
Right. You want to build your anticipation, sir, that you go ahead and do that. If that's your rollout, go ahead. We love it. We're here for it.
I respect it. I like his style because last year is right about now, like a week before, where he's like, fuck it, I'm doing it. And I was like, let's go. So we'll see. I'll probably jump on today and see what he's up to. What's up? Me and Terrance
let's crash this shit.
Yeah, what's up with BB, bro? But yeah, so other than that, dude, I do want to give a not a shout out, but like a quick, I guess, how do you call that? I don't know. My musical album called 1996 is coming out. Mm-hmm. Oh, I actually haven't posted about this, but it's coming out August 1st officially. The full album. It's a 90-minute album, and it's a musical based off of. I mean, you may know this, but I'm just explaining it. But like, it's an original story based off my life, and it's told through the music of Blink-182, which is my favorite band. It spans their whole discography from back in 1994, 95 or whatever up to today. And this is like the abridged album. So the full show is 2.5 hours, but this will be a 90-minute version. And I spent the last 6 months like fully producing an album on my own. Wow. I would drive to like hotels and like record friends or whoever I cast like in a hotel room. And then I'd go to my house or their house and like also do it there. But I learned how to like master like properly and everything with like, like studio albums. So I just want people who are listening now, if you guys could check out on any streaming platform, Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and all that, where you can look up 1996, A New Musical, and you'll see we have 2 singles out right now, which is I Miss You, which is a pretty famous song, and Always. And then the album comes out August 1st. And it's been like, dude, it's been crazy. 6 months of just like insanity for me because I do it all alone. And I paid for everything alone, like you just did, like producing on my own.
Yes. And people don't understand that. Like, it's like literally money comes in your hand and it goes right out.
It's gone. And then you pick up gigs just to pay for, and I know that's the way it goes. And I'm proud and fortunate to have that, where I perform as Elvis to pay for an album that I don't know how many people will listen to, but I wrote the show started writing it 10 years ago, and I'm super proud of like what it's come to be. I actually would love to hear your opinion once you hear it. And like,
I'm gonna be listening. I'm gonna listen straight away.
Every character has a part of me in it. Even like the girls of the show, like there's parts of my life in their storyline. You know what I mean? Like weaving throughout, where it's like, damn, like I experienced these things, and it's deep. It starts out like fun and stupid and crass because that's Blink-182's humor, but it gets pretty deep, and it's much about like mental health and tragedies in life. So there's a message at the end, and it means a lot to me, as you know, me and my family. So it's pretty deep and means a lot to us. But yeah, so I hope you guys check it out. 1996, A New Musical is how you'll find it anywhere, any streaming platform. I'm also going to do my own podcast, just like you are, about the show itself. And it's mostly going to be it's mostly going to be me explaining some moments, and then I'll play like the dialogue, because this album is like an immersive audio book, if you will. Like you'll hear the songs in there, but you also hear them full on audio, and I added in sound effects. So you feel like you're at like the coffee shop, you feel like you're at the concert or whatever, so.
Come on through now. All right.
Dude, it's
get an audio book on.
Yeah, I'm super proud of it, and I hope people check it out. Even if you don't like Blink, I think people will find something about it that they connect with, which is the biggest goal of mine. But anyway, so everyone check that out. Look out for Terrance's movie coming out. And if he has a premiere, my only goal is to fly out to Chicago. I just got to find out I'm available. And we will be back for July 10th. Yeah.
July 10th. July 10th. Well,
Terrance and I are going to talk about it, but I think, so I have a gig that night, but I think the next day, if we'll work it out to where Terrance and I could do a podcast and we'll cover what happened, maybe a cast announcement. We'll see what happens. We'll see what's up. Because that's got to be soon. Oh, they didn't do cast announcements till like the day before.
Yeah. So I would think that they were probably only going. They're probably going to give us. Remember, we went in the house 4th of July weekend, so I think they're going to do a cast announcement. I would say the 6th or the 7th. Yeah, I think 7th. They don't give it that much time to for people to start researching people, looking people up, and all that other weird stuff people do. I think they did ours on July 3rd or something, and then we entered the house on July 5th. Yeah. We didn't know that. We found out later because we're the first season that they ever did that, and they did it because someone like, I forgot who was the guy that dropped out and Joe got in. Marlon or something like that? Yeah, Marvin. Yeah. Marvin. He couldn't, he was double booked or something. He did like 3 TV shows at once and they caught him, I guess, is what happened. But hey, get your hustle on, fam. Yo, do what you got to do. But anyway, collect thank you guys. Checks. Get that bag. Collect that check. Read the contract. But no, thank you everyone for tuning in on this, whether it's YouTube or anywhere you get your podcast. Spread the word that we're back. We're back. We're covering this season, and we're proud to do it. We're proud to be a part of the Big Brother family. And tune in next time. Boom. In that order. Peace. Thanks for listening, guys. If you want to help support us, you could follow us on Instagram at Daniel Durston and at The DJ Showtime. All podcast episodes can be found in video format on YouTube at Daniel Durston. Look out for Terrance's new movie coming out called First and Second, as well as my Blink-182 musical called 1996, a new musical, streaming on all platforms right now. We'll catch you guys next time on the next episode of Reality Unhinged.
real, like, this is toxic as hell. Like,